Only 21% say that they can identify with the Republican Party. Now, that's the lowest number in this poll in more than 25 years, a quarter of a century. If that's not a good warning sign for the GOP, I don't know what is. Joining me now is Richard Viguerie, chairman of conservativehq.com. Mr. Viguerie, you are proof positive that I am fair on this program and get both sides. But, Richard, these numbers are terrible for you guys. What's happening over there?
Ed, I've been saying the same thing. First of all, most conservatives these days don't even think of themselves as Republicans. We are conservatives, even Reagan conservatives. You know, we agree we need to get rid of this Republican leadership. It's taking our cause down. Unfortunately, we're tied to the Republican Party, and there's nothing we can do about it. But we've got to get new leaders. John Boehner, Mitch McConnell, Michael Steele, they all need to go. We're like the Jews in the Bible that had to wander through the desert, Ed, for 40 years until that generation of faithless, corrupt leaders had passed from the scene. We're not going to come to power as conservative Republicans until we get new leaders. It's very clear.
Why is Obama so popular at 69% approval rating and all of the things that I mentioned out there? Richard, he's winning in a lot of categories right now with the American people.
There's no getting around it, Ed. But, you know, let's realize that he's not all that different from what other presidents were at a similar time, whether it's Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush. They're pretty much, in that ballpark range. Plus, he has gone overseas a lot. And politics stops at the water's edge. And Americans, see him as a strong leader. And it didn't hurt at all for him to take a strong national security position with the pirates. So, this is natural. But we've got a lot of work cut ahead of us. There's no question. I'm not going to try to put too rosy a picture on it. We've got a lot of work to do. But it's going to have to come from the conservatives. It's not going to come from the Republicans, Ed.
What is the best move for the Republicans, Mr. Viguerie? Is it the filibuster until you get organized over on the right?
Well, it's to show leadership. It's to take principled conservative positions. They haven't been taking principled conservative positions. They're, wet finger politicians trying to take the temperature of the country. Just go out there and take principled positions and let the politics, follow. But right now we've got politicians that are out of sync with the American people. And as I said earlier, we're just not going to get to the political promised land until we get new leaders. Number one thing that people at the grassroots level, by the way, Ed, and you've got conservatives, I know, listening to you, and those conservatives need to show leadership. And leadership begins at the grassroots level, not with people like you and me.
Well, on a lighter note, since your numbers are so bad over on the conservative side right now, did your NFL team at least pick the right guy on Saturday? Did you get the player you wanted?
Well, Ed, I've been out of town working hard trying to bring conservatives back to power, so I haven't even been reading the newspaper. But I do know that our Washington, D.C. hockey team is going to win the playoff game here. So at least we've got some things going for us here.
All right, Mr. Viguerie, good to have you on with us tonight.
Thank you, Ed.
Thanks so much. Always an honest take from that man. Only 21% of Americans say they're Republican. Well, we only have two major parties in this country.